guys, today we're going to be making this miniature pen here. I made this using a slimline kit. I only ended up using one section of the piece, and then I just cut the ink portion short so it would fit inside of it. I made this out of a piece of spectraply, which is just laminated. It's basically like plywood except the layers are colored. This is kind of just an experiment to see if I could get this to work. I've never tried this before. Really small, easy project to do. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm starting out by cutting my pen blanks to length. These you're going to cut slightly longer than the length of the brass tube that comes with your pen kit. The pen kit I got, you can get them at Craft Supplies USA. I think they're like $2 or something. So here what I'm doing is I'm drilling a 7mm hole through the center of the blank, and I'm doing this so that way I can put a brass tube on the inside. Off camera, I glued the brass tube on the inside of the pen blank, and then after that I used what's called a barrel trimmer to trim the ends flush with the brass tube on the inside. I've mounted this on a pen mandrel here, and I have bushings, metal bushings, so that way I can know what size to turn these down to. Okay, here I'm using a shallow forged spindle gouge. I got this from a friend when I first started turning, and I use this a lot for when I'm doing pens. Okay, so I've switched over to a 3/8 spindle gouge. I'm just using this to kind of shape it, making each piece have a shallow bead. And right here, I went too deep, and so the end is no longer flush. So I decided not to use that piece and just use the one piece instead. You just need to be sure to take your time. Don't go too fast when you're trying to do this. Okay, so now I'm sanding just the one pen blank. I'm using sandpaper called Abernet. It's basically sandpaper except it's a mesh, and so it lasts a lot longer. You can just flick it or blow it out and all the sawdust comes out. I'm sanding 220 through 400. And then I'm going to use a 4/0 steel wool pad. Okay, so now I'm going to take this off and put it together. I just used a vise and press fit each of the pieces in. I started with the tip, and then I cut the ink cartridge to fit inside, and then I put the end pieces on and just tightened up the vise, stuck it in. I added a pad on the one end just so it wouldn't scuff it up. And that's it. I'm pretty happy with the way this came out. It's not perfect. The ink cartridge I cut a little bit too short, so it wiggles a little bit. And I didn't get the end perfectly lined up with the metal portion. It turned out okay, especially this is just kind of just a little experiment, see if I could make one. Just kind of a fun little basic project. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to hit the like button and share this with your friends. Also be sure to subscribe so that way you can see when I upload new videos. I try and upload them as often as I can. Be sure to go follow me on Facebook and Instagram to see what I'm working on a regular basis. Get some kind of behind the scenes type of stuff. If you're interested in any of the products I used in this video, I'll have some of those linked down below where you can purchase them. I'm going to have my latest video right here and another one of my videos right here. Please be sure to go check out both of those out. And I will see you on the next video.